YouTube, y'all have been asking for it. Here is a top 5 Black Ops 6 guns for the Warzone integration. I plan on doing a top 5 for each of the game's weapon categories, being Modern Warfare 3 and MW2, once I have some more time. Let's get into it. First up in our list for top 5 Black Ops 6 guns is the Goblin MK2. If you go and look at the stats, you can pull it up on True Game Data. The Goblin clears everything. It's super easy to shoot, has very, very minimal recoil. Absolutely dominates up until 61 and then falls a little bit behind some of these other guns at the long range, but I feel like it's just way too good not to put it at a top spot here for the BO6 guns here in the integration. Next up, this is kind of a battle between the Model L and the GP for me. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Model L. The reason being, when you stack this with bullet velocity, it goes up to 1451. That makes this gun hit scan for such a long distance, and not having to think about leading your shots a lot of the time in Warzone, whether it be big map or Area 99. It's just, you just put the reticle on them, and it takes a lot of the thought out of it. 1451 bullet velocity is absolutely absurd for Warzone. One of the highest I think we've ever had. So that's why I think I'm putting the Model L in a top spot here. Pulling up the stats for the Model L as well. It is the orange line, so kind of sits like, you know, as a very good option here in the first range, and still holds very, very good distance out to like 56, and then kind of falls back towards the middle of the pack. Like I said, this is just a tried and true AR that's going to be very, very consistent, easy to shoot, not much recoil, and crazy, crazy bullet velocity. It's going to do you well, trust me. Next up for SMGs, we're going to go with the Jackal. The Jackal, I think, is probably my top pick for SMGs here. Let me throw all these on the stat page for you so you can see them head to head with one another. The SMGs are probably going to be pretty contested in this top list. I think all the SMGs are very great options here, and the stats prove that as well. So the Jackal's on this list as the orange mark. It's a little bit behind the SOG and the Compact in this immediate range here, but then holds a very, very good damage range out until about 27 meters, which is a little bit far for an SMG, but I think that combined with mobility plus this very strong close range TTK makes it a very comfortable option. The SOG is very close to making this list for me. The KSV is super close to making this list for me. Next up, we have the PP919. I think this is arguably one of the most noob-friendly guns in the game. Large magazine, easy to shoot. It seems like it hits like a truck. Honestly, a lot of the time, it feels like it kills faster than the stats actually portray. The yellow line here is the TTK, so it's definitely not one of the best options compared to some of these other options up close. Holds a pretty good damage range out to 22.5. But I swear, if you just use this gun and use my setup here, I feel like it feels like it kills faster than what the stats show a lot of the time, and I think a lot of people in chat would back that up. Next up, it was kind of tough to pick a top 5 because I do like a lot of the guns in BO6, but as far as snipers are really strong in BO6. There's no other way to say it. This Frostline was the easiest sniper out of the couple that I had in BO6 to use. The LR has higher bolt velocity, but I swear there's something about that gun that makes it harder to use. I wasn't hitting as many shots as consistently, and for some reason this LW3A1 Frostline was way easier, and I was absolutely farming clips with it on the regular. The scope that I've landed on for sniper so far is this Blandwell 7X scope. It feels super clean to me so far. I'll do some more testing with some different scopes to see what we land on, but that's what I've used first, and it feels very comfortable. So try it out and let me know if you like it. 1214 bolt velocity is very, very strong, at a one-shot range at about like 60 meters, we'll call it, is pretty damn good as well. So you guys can look up the gun document. We'll have that linked in the description if you guys want to check out all the builds that we've landed on here for the BO6 guns so far. We're still working through a lot of these camos, so I haven't had enough time to really focus on like meta builds and all that type of stuff. Once we're through the Abyss camo grind for these BO6 guns, I'm going to spend a lot more time and make more content centered around the MW3 and MW2 guns, because I think some of those options are absolutely busted in the game right now. I just haven't really had enough time to go through those yet because I'm working on Abyss and I only have so many hours. So we'll go through the stats on all those and work on those once we're through this Abyss grind. So there's my top 5 right there. One more time if you guys weren't paying attention. Goblin, Model L, Jackal, PP919, and the Frostline. There's several guns that could easily make it into this list too if you guys have a personal preference. Comment in the video to see if you guys agree with the top 5, not necessarily in order, but if you guys have any other guns that you're absolutely loving in BO6. and the Warzone integration so far. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like. Tune into the streams.